All right, good morning. It is Tuesday, March the 12th, 2024 this morning. And so I'm at my family's house in Atlanta, and my family's here. Both my sisters are here. My niece and my nephew are here. My other niece is at her location in this area. And so I'm excited to be in Atlanta, hang out with my family. I'm on spring break at my job. And so I was loving with family. I always love that. Saying family get on your nerves, but you love them, of course. Always, 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 you love you being with your family. So I love that. And so I'm excited, happy about that on spring break. And so I had a little bit of work to do yesterday, but pretty much, just I'm on vacation this week. So I have a couple phone calls to make today, and then I'm good. I'm on vacation. So I was reading this morning, talking about, and I just turned to the Bible, and it's talking about First Corinthians 13. If you ever read First Corinthians 13, and if you read First Corinthians 13, my sister just took my nephew to school, and so it made me think about that. He said he had a wonderful day yesterday. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Of course. I'm saying? That's yeah, of course, what I'm saying. So I was saying to myself, the system, when it runs well, and I'm assuming that it has. I mean, I'm hoping that it has. I'm hoping, really. Power of life, in our tongue. So I'm saying, I don't. Yeah, of course. But I was saying to myself that when the system is actually in America, especially, it's really a beautiful thing when it works like it should. Like, it's really a beautiful thing. I'm saying, like, our presidents and our leaders in the past that have set up these programs like Social Security and food stamps and like the system. I'm saying? The fact that in America, for example, you know, you don't have to stay, like Jesus, so to speak, preach the gospel to the poor, for example. You don't have to stay in America. The way America is set up, when it runs like it's supposed to, you don't have to, if you want to, be a doctor, a lawyer, teacher, you can go to college. They have loans. If you don't have to take care of yourself, they have programs available for you to be able to do what you want to do and fulfill your destiny. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was able to go. I was able to go through loans and, grants and things like that to help me graduate from college. So, if you want to do the things you want to do, you can. That's one of the things that make America great. Like, some countries you can go to and they don't necessarily have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be born into nobility, so to speak, I think, from what I understand, in order for you to be able to advance in the world. But one thing that makes America so great is that you don't have to stay where you're born. You can be poor. People that have been poor, like Booker T. Washington in the past, and people like that, W. Du Bois, African Americans, Frederick Douglass, who was a slave. If you think about people, black, white, of different races that were born into poverty, so to speak, and in low situations, they were able to grow, go out of that and become great leaders. Frederick Douglass, for example, even back in the times that he was alive, which was like the 1800s, I believe, like during slavery, he was able to grow on and, go around America and the country and do great speeches and Sojourner Truth and all these people that were able to rise out of their circumstances. And that's why I love America, at the time, and even now we still have issues, many, many issues that we need to still deal with. But notice that in spite of those obstacles, many, many people have been able to do great things in this country, to talk about America in a sense. So, and, even right now, we have lots of issues, race, lots of issues going on, but we've still been able to make great strides. So the point I'm trying to say is that when the system does what it's supposed to do, it's really a beautiful thing in this country. You know what I'm saying? When, these programs, food stamps, if you need it temporarily, or so all these benefits, these programs, when they work, schools, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. The only time that it doesn't is when people don't do what their job is. You know what I'm saying? When they don't do their job, it's a breakdown in the system. It starts spinning things out of control and it causes problems. You see what I'm saying? And there's ways you can do your job without it. The most important thing is that, especially when we're dealing with young people, that they feel safe in the environment that they're in. They need to feel safe. They don't need to be bullied and threatened and feel unsafe. You see, so I've heard the stories years before, even when I was in college, about sometimes in schools, sometimes like kids feel threatened sometimes, what I'm saying? Like they're bullied, what I'm saying? Bullies, environments. No child, no one, adult child should be bullied, for example, in an environment. They should feel like they should go to school and not feel threatened, unsafe. Come on now. Think about it. So when there's not and if that is happening, then the adults, the responsible grown-ups in those situations need to intervene and do what it takes so that the kids can go to school and people can go to their jobs, for example. Most importantly, the young people, and feel safe. Nobody say you got to be happy 24 hours a day. School is a place where you work, you get your education. You ain't supposed to be having fun all day. The devil is a liar. You're supposed to be getting your education. So yeah, kids, y'all need to buckle down, get yourselves together. It ain't fun all day. Y'all need to get an education accurately on that. You know what I'm saying? But you need to at least feel safe and not be bullied and feel, uncomfortable. And then, you need to feel comfortable. That's what I'm trying to say. So if the system works well, then everybody does their job, then it's a food thing. And if you don't want to do that, maybe you should think about doing something else. Just say that real quick. Like, think about it. If you don't really want to work with, like, why, if you're not gifted in that area, then maybe you should think about doing something else. Think about it. Like, maybe you should go another field or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't really like working with kids or you're not going to do it in the right way, accurately on that, then maybe you should think about doing something else. There's many people that would love to be able to do, go in there and work with young people. You know what I'm saying? And do it in a way that the kids will be relatively okay. You know what I'm saying? Multiple means going to that. So, like I say that humbly, without seeing really, humbly, you know what I'm saying, accurately, just to make a point. So that's just a small little token of what I purpose of me getting on here. I'm saying that, jokingly, accurately, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure everybody's having a wonderful time, and I'm hoping that they are. So the point of me saying that is get back to why I got on this